This all looks so good. This is what I missed living in the States. You could get a huge thing of sushi for like $7. What a blessing.
This was actually $1.50.
Welcome to my vlog. But today is not a vlog. Today is actually just a random video because I haven't left this chair in, I would probably say, I don't know, 10 hours.
I don't like how my face is right there.
You want to switch places?
Okay.
Okay, hi, we're back. So today I haven't left my chair because I've been working all day on the Skillshare video, which I finished. I mean, class, not video, I finished. And I don't have the energy to go out and do vlogs. I just don't have the time. So today I decided we're gonna do something fun and easy. Matt's gonna join me. We're gonna be eating sushi and dinner while we do this. But we're gonna be pulling questions out of a hat. There's hair in here from like 2 years ago when you wore this.
I don't know what to tell you.
Anyways.
You're using my hat.
No, I was just saying. Okay, so, what was I? Oh yeah, telling you guys what we're doing. So we are gonna go ahead and pull questions out of a hat. Matt's gonna pull 10, I'm gonna pull 10. And I figured we'll just do a fun, easy vlog of us answering questions out of a hat. Genius. But with a twist, we're gonna be eating at the same time. We're eating some sushi.
Also, I don't know what the questions are.
Yeah, I kind of just threw together questions, so I don't even remember what I wrote. So I don't know if you guys know Vogue 73. So it's these questions that Vogue asks celebrities. It's like an interview style. 73 questions. You're supposed to give like quick, rapid answers. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So a lot of these questions are just questions I pulled from that. This isn't supposed to be a Vogue 73. That's like where I pulled questions because there are different questions every time.
So do we rapid fire them?
You can if you want to.
Like, do we have to answer the question within like 5 seconds or something?
I haven't really thought that far.
We should probably make it challenging or something, make it fun.
I haven't really thought that much deeply into it. Let me have a piece of sushi though, because I am hungry and I haven't really eaten. Your meat is so in the way.
Maybe it's your arm that's in the way.
I don't think so. Alright, do you want to go first?
Okay.
Matt's going first. First question.
Oh, there's a lot of questions in here.
Yep, 10 questions each, but I wanted to make it as random as possible.
Okay, if you could live in any home on television or movie, which would it be? 5 seconds, right?
Oh, you're giving yourself that role.
You know, I feel like if I thought more about this, I could think about something really good, but I'm going to say Hogwarts Castle.
You know, that's a lot different than what I thought you were going to say.
What'd you think I was going to say?
Hey, Arnold.
A boarding house?
Well, you like his room.
Yeah, I think I kind of like Hogwarts Castle a little better, though.
That's actually really good. That's actually a really good one. I wouldn't have even thought of that. I would have probably said, like, Seinfeld's apartment.
Man, not thinking big enough.
Good one. That was your first question. All right, second question. First question for me. Your favorite fast food order? Well, it's from Taco Bell. Crunchwrap Supreme with a medium-sized Baja Blast and a caramel apple empanada, which they don't even have anymore, and a Chipotle chicken griller, which they also don't have anymore. So get your shit straight, Taco Bell. Because those were the two best things that they had, was the caramel apple empanada.
Is this gonna turn into like a
Crunchwrap or chicken griller?
One of those message to Taco Bell
videos.
Yeah, message to...
No, but those probably. I really like the Crunchwrap Supreme. I love Taco Bell. You guys know that's my favorite fast food restaurant. And I'm really sad that Japan, or at least Okinawa, doesn't have it. Apparently mainland does.
Superpower.
Superpower you would have.
I've thought about this a lot. I would say like time travel.
Really?
Because I feel like...
For the future or the past?
If it had to be specific, I guess the past.
Interesting. I thought you were a man of no regrets.
No, it's more about... Think about every superpower and think about how time travel can trump all of them. Redo things as much as you can, figure out a solution. You can take people down. If you like die from a villain, try again.
Interesting. Okay, number 2. What are you currently reading? What am I currently reading? I'm actually reading Chocolate Wars, written by, I think, the granddaughter or relative or something of the original Cadbury, the Cadbury chocolates from England. She wrote a book called The Chocolate Wars, and it's about basically the chocolate tycoon, you know, like Cadbury and Hershey and Mars and all those companies when they first started, and just kind of like the war they went through to become the powerhouse that they are today in that industry. Kraft, I think, is mentioned. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I finally downloaded it, and so far it's actually really, really good. Number 3 for you.
Window or aisle seat? Window.
I used to think window too, but now I do aisle seat because I pee a lot. I would prefer window seat, but I do aisle seat for the sake of other people.
I like looking outside. I also like having a wall.
Oh yeah,
So,
it
like,
makes it easier to sleep on those long
sleep
flights, yeah.
You can stuff your things in the side and stuff.
Can I have that salmon?
Mhm.
What's something you can't do? What can't I do? That's a good question. There's just so many things I'm having a hard time.
You can't always come up with good video ideas. Am I right?
Why did I high five that?
Just kidding.
At least I'm coming up with video ideas and not asking, hey, do you have any video ideas for
I need
me?
a video for today still, and it's like 7 o'clock.
I can't skateboard. But that's actually something I want to do, but I can't do. A skateboard. Dive. I can't dive. I've always wanted to dive.
If you made a documentary, what would it be about?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I was hoping I'd get that question.
I would say if I made a documentary, I would have to assume that it'd be extremely popular and a lot of people would watch it. In which case, I'd need it to be very impactful and eye-opening. And I would say, I don't know, I feel like I'd probably do something like how billionaires actually got their billions.
Yeah, that's
What they went through.
That's about what I thought you would say.
Yeah.
That is.
I don't know.
That's your passion, though.
It is.
Money and business.
Yeah, because like you start to look into these people's lives, and I don't know, people just think, oh yeah, they have $1 billion. It's easy for them. They got an easy life. And it's like, well, that's usually the exact opposite, and they usually start out somewhere worse than you've ever been, and they made it. So why can't you? That's the message I'd want to get across. I feel like
It's just so you.
I know. It's like Markiplier. You know, his pet peeve is people not living up to their full potential. I'm somewhere in there.
What's your one vice you want to work on giving up? What's your one vice you want to work
What
on?
do you mean vice?
Like bad things that you do?
Like a bad habit?
I would say it's something I'm actively working on right now. Lack of consistency. Like, I think, you know, when something gets too hard, I especially like in like the last 7 years that I've been a business owner, when something gets too hard, I would automatically tell myself that I don't have a passion for it anymore, and then I would walk away from it. I would make the mistake of not having passion for it anymore and just not wanting to work hard at it, and then I would interchange them, and then I would quit. I think that's one of the things like I always talk about with YouTube doing daily videos is like that's actually what is helping me. Like I find myself being able to be more consistent on things than I used to be. Like I work out every day, at least 20 minutes. I put out a video a day. But those are like, that would be the vice that I want to give up, because that I think is the biggest setback for me in life, is not being consistent at something.
It's becoming a very real video.
Some of these questions are really real.
Something you don't want to be doing in 10 years. Something I don't want to be doing in 10 years. Not being able to help people.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be in a position, sort of like I'm in now. It's not necessarily the position I'm in now, but it's more, I know I could help people, but like, I want to make a big difference in their life. You know, financial type stuff. Like I've been watching a lot of Mr. Beast videos, and it's really cool because like he just gives away millions of dollars like it's nothing. He's changing these people's lives, and he's having so much fun doing it. You know, I want to do something like that.
I think that, yeah, because we've talked about this before, where like, you know, there's so many things we want to do for our families, and not only just our families, but for ourselves and our friends. But financially, we're not in a position to do that, and we haven't been for a long time. And so I think 10 years from now, if I was in that position still, that would be a really hard pill to swallow.
And then it's nobody's fault but our own.
No, exactly.
Which leads back into your consistency.
Yeah, consistency. All right, number 5. How do you relieve stress? Actually, my favorite way to relieve stress, I like to take runs or walks listening to music, and I like to daydream about being in a different place, or like my future and what it looks like. So for instance, like I'll imagine myself in like a movie set, or like I'll imagine myself, I don't know, doing something creative, and then like I'll be, or sometimes, because I'm a writer too, I write fiction stories, so sometimes I'll imagine myself as one of the characters in my story, and I'll play out the scenes of those books that I'm writing as the character in my story. So I'll watch the book in my mind as a movie, and I'm one of the characters. And that's actually how I write a lot of my stories, or how a lot of my stories start, is that I just kind of like imagine myself in these like fictional world. Yeah, so that's how I relieve stress.
Imagine yourself in the stories you're in.
Yeah, the music that I listen to as I'm walking or running kind of just fuel that as like background music. So depending on the music I listen to, the scene's completely different.
Last show you binged watched. I've been watching a lot of shows, but I guess Boruto is the one I've been
yeah.
watching the most of. A little while back, I was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know, every night before you go to bed, you just want to get your mind off of real world things. So you scare yourself a little with a children's horror show that you grew up with.
It's a good show. What's the cutest thing on planet Earth? My dog, Buddy.
I knew it.
There's nothing cuter than Buddy.
Yeah.
Nothing. Buddy is the cutest dog to have ever existed.
He might be. All right.
I'm gonna throw up a picture of Buddy right here so that you can see how adorable he is.
What would you want your legacy to be?
Oh, that's deep.
This is a deep question. I want to be known for helping people, I guess. Like I said, right now I've been binge watching Mr. Beast. And I'm like, he's got like good things going. I think YouTube's a great way to do it too. It's forever implanted. Like video's the best form of media we have at the moment, you know?
So your answer is you want to be more of a philanthropist?
Yeah, I guess
your
so.
legacy is as a philanthropist?
I don't know, I can't explain it. Like I want to be like this chill, relaxed, down-to-earth philanthropist person.
Philanthropist.
Yeah.
What's one thing you had to learn the hard way? You chugged that.
There's so many things.
What's the thing you had to learn the hard way? And I have an answer for that. And that is, the hardest thing I had to learn was that there is no getting around working. Which seems very common sense. But like, there's a lot of ways to become successful in that you can find ways to make it more efficient, right? Because I think a lot of people, when they're like working hard, they have a tendency to just spin their wheels. But I think in order to get to a point of success, you have to put in the work, and there is no getting around that. Whether it's efficiently or whether you're just putting in the work, like there is no way around the actual work. And I think this kind of ties into the consistency thing. Like if you want something bad enough, the only way you're going to get that thing is if you work hard towards it. And I think for the longest time, I was thinking like I was looking for a way to put as much, like minimal amount of effort to get the highest reward, or no effort at all for the highest reward. But I'm learning really, like the hardest thing that I've realized in the last like year or two is that there is no way around that work. Like I think even like a lot of YouTubers that I watch, they spent a lot of time grinding, years and years of grinding, and sometimes there's faster and better ways to get through that, but regardless of what path you take, it's always going to be work. And I think that's something that was really hard for me to swallow.
That's really good. I don't have anything to add. Couldn't have said it better myself. I agree. Is there 20 cards in here?
No, there's more than 20. There's
okay.
60 of them.
What's one thing people don't know about you? Well, I mean, people know this about me, but you guys don't. I can juggle.
That's true. I don't know if you've ever talked about that.
Very well, actually.
Yeah, he used to be in a juggling club.
I was in the juggling club.
That's how he got all the ladies.
There was a few girls in the juggling club. They weren't like the ones that like were popular or anything. I mean, all the guys in the juggling club were, of course, very popular.
Sounds like it. Like, there's the jocks and there's the cheerleaders, but...
Well, those are just below the juggling club.
Alright, I think, let me see what number we're at. 2, 3, alright, 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
like this.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Can we actually do this for my video, too? Is that why you made 60 cards?
Yes, because I knew you were going to ask.
I think it's great. I'm actually having a lot of fun.
I think this is the 8th one, so I think both of us get 2. If you could dye your hair, what color would it be?
Ooh, I would have liked that one.
I have actually been recently attracted to the color purple, so I probably would want to do something purple.
You should do it.
I just don't want to damage my hair, because as an Asian with dark hair, you'd have to bleach your hair, and that bleaching really messes your hair up. And my hair at the moment,
to bleach it?
Yeah, because the color won't stick. But my hair, as it is damaged, so I don't want to, like, add to more damage. So either that or, like, a ashy gray color.
Interesting.
I really like
I've
it.
actually seen that. That looks really good, too.
Yeah, some of those actually done well. Otherwise, you look like a grandma.
Yeah, you'll have to put up some images of those. What's inspiring you in life right now? You know, I always find I have inspirations, things that I inspire to be, but I find motivation through like watching things or reading things and stuff. So I don't know if it's like, I guess inspiring would be like, I want to, you know, be able to help my family and friends, the people I care about. That would be things that are inspiring me to do, and they're the biggest motivation.
Would you live forever if you could? No, I would not. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said it best in one of the interviews that I saw of him on YouTube, but I think one of the reasons there is meaning to life is because we know it's not forever. And like, if we had to get up every day and knew that this was never going to end, I don't think we would appreciate it as much as we do.
What if you could live forever until you choose not to live anymore? You like can just be like, all right, cool, I'm done. Like it's a button, like a video game.
No, I wouldn't want that either.
Wouldn't even want the choice.
No, because I think the whole aspect of not knowing when your time is up, I think makes it more, okay, I have to get this done because I don't know when I'm going to ever get that chance. So like, if I knew if I got to decide, then it's like, well, I'll just put this off because I could turn off the switch anytime. Some of us already, I think, there are moments where we don't, take every day as a gift for what it's worth, as it is, and we don't get to live forever. So I can't imagine, like, how unproductive all of us would be if we could live forever.
That's true. Last question.
For you?
What's the longest you've ever gone without a shower?
What's the longest you've gone without a shower?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like a week or something. Went camping with the Boy Scouts.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't, like, shower. We, just had a lake.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes there's some pretty intense video game sessions.
All right, so my last question. All right, this is my last question, guys. Number 10. One thing you wish you knew at 18.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. One thing I wish I knew at 18. There's so many things.
This is just like not something you could tell yourself at 18. Something you like actually already knew. Because I tell you, my 18-year-old self would not listen to what I have to say.
If I sat my 18-year-old self down across from me and was like, look, this is what I've learned in my 20s, in my 30s, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen to my own self. Like, I know what my headspace was when I was 18. I think it's that the world or life is as complicated as you want it to be. And this is a lesson that I'm still learning for myself, too. There's this phrase where they said life is hard, or like life is complicated, but I really actually think life is more straightforward, and people are the ones that are more complex than anything, and they make it more complex. Like, I feel like...
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated.
But it's not... But that's the thing, is like, I'm still trying to learn that, but I know that, and I wish I could tell my 18-year-old self that.
I think a lot of it goes back to what you said earlier, too, because I think a lot of times people do look for, like, the easy route in things and, some sort of other solution or other thought or other way of doing something, and like, the simple way is the way to do it, but like people often want it to be like done differently or better or different. And it's like, we're complicating it, It's like, how do you start a YouTube channel? Bust out a camera, film something, and upload it on YouTube. But then like, oh no, there's so much more steps. But there's really not.
No.
And it's just, we're overcomplicating it. And I think that's a good analogy for like everything in life, It's just, you don't want it to be. Oftentimes the solution is very simple. But I think also oftentimes the simple solution is not what we want to hear or want to do.
Straightforward doesn't mean it's easy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It is still hard.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's easy. Simple and easy are two different things.
Yeah. I think that's something I would tell my 18-year-old self is like, life is only as complicated as you want to make it be. It's 10 questions answered by the two of us. Random questions out of a hat. I had a lot more fun questions in there that were funny, but it got deeper and deeper and deeper.
Well, if you guys want to see a part 2 for this, go ahead.
You're deciding to do this?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
If you want to see what's on the rest of these questions that Kit made, go ahead and check out my channel right up here.
Which one was the question where you were like, not all of us could come up with good content ideas?
I don't know.
And you're taking mine.
But I like this idea.
All right.
I wasn't talking about this video.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into my video. This was us pulling questions out of a hat. I wanted something easy to film.
I think it's fun, though.
See? Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, it's simple.
All right. Love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. And if you want to see part 2 of this, go ahead and check out this dude's video.
Yeah.
His channel is linked in my description. So.
Okay.
All right. Peace. Love you guys. Bye.